Put this here somewhere. Alright, cool. I'm probably going to be going against nothing but blue eyes, but it's fine. Actually, I can put this on this screen. Oh, of course I'm going second. What am I going second with? That's not a great going first hand. Going second hand, I mean. If he's got it, he's got it. Oh. Interesting. Not gonna lie, this guy's taking his time, so I'm just gonna do other things in the meantime. Game took too long. I don't mind watching combos, but Christ, sometimes they take way too long. Huh. He was playing a pile. Interesting. Where are we? Yeah. Not having an equipped spell is incredibly inconvenient. I mean, I'm gonna discard Spirit Walk, maybe? Water Arabesque? That's something. It's not terrible, but it's not great either. Aw. Well, he seemingly got something, so let's use Ohime. Gozen. All the Mechanicals are different attributes, it's fine. I'll get my Washidori, I suppose. We'll... I suppose I need Spirit Walk, don't I? Discard Lava Golem. Summon Harry. If you're gonna do something, hurry up and do it. Those are nice slabs, though. I would like an equip card, please. You really should have saved that. The Hewley I needed. Get Hewley. Oh look, it's Blue Eyes. We had Vela, Ash, Gozen match, Kaiser Seahorse, and the field spell? Oh no, he hasn't even played his last card yet. Sure. Fire dance. Not ideal. We'll get Water Arabesque. We'll send back Nib. We'll discard Nib. We don't need Nib right now. We'll be alright there for now. Hugh Lee would have been better, but it's fine. Ideally, I'd want to give him Lava Golem and then he can't play. Because of Gozen. But you'd have to have exactly 2 monsters. We'll see. Hello, Blue Eyes. How are you? Good evening, sir. How are you? I am sitting through Blue Eyes combo. It's incredibly boring because I'm sick and tired of seeing Blue Eyes right now. Yes, you get Blazar Dragon. Ooh, you're gonna get Kaiju'd. I mean, he doesn't know he's gonna get Kaiju'd, but he is. He's most definitely gonna get Kaiju'd. It's literally so boring me watching this guy take his turn. Because Blue Eyes is all the same. That I'm just watching other videos on my other screen. Ooh, Super Dragon. How original. Mm-hmm. Ooh, Synchro Rumble. Well done. Lava Goal. Lava Goal. Lava Goal. Try making Utopia. I could do. I'm not terrible at Utopia. I'm not sure what a Utopia deck looks like right now, though. I don't think all the new support's in Master Duel yet, so... Well. There you go. Have a guide you. A monster effect. Bounce. This is Mikanko Kaiju. Basically, they take all my battle damage. Which is quite nice. So, we're going to do this again. We'll get rid of Sifa. We'll give him a Kaiju. And then I will do this. Equip to this. Then Ohime. Will get me another cop. We'll get Rivalry. Since I can't do anything else. We'll get rid of Fire Dance. I'm just so sick of fighting Blue Eyes, so I just try to use a deck that doesn't care if they're using Blue Eyes or not. I would have been better if that was a Lava Golem, because he wouldn't be able to summon at all, because Gozen Match would have locked him out of his entire deck, because he wouldn't be able to summon a light monster. But, unfortunately, no, we did not have that. No, we'll have our Hime there. So my little Mekankos cannot be targeted or destroyed so long as they're equipped with something and they take all my damage. So I'm just going to sit here. Seeing what he's going to do with his one card. I mean, he can get a Blue Eyes back. I suppose. Okay, what's he going to do? Where does he reveal from? He can reveal one Blue Eyes. So he can kill a card. Alright. Unless them two in his hand happen to also be Blue Eyes. So he destroyed Arahime. Okay. That does not help him. Ooh, he's got Jet Dragon too. Interesting. Jet's not a massive issue for me right now. And he's gone through 2 Spirit Dragons already. I think he only played 1 Sifa, so he's gone through that. And he's used 1 Ultimate Spirit. What else has he got? I mean, he'd have been dead already if this Gozen match wasn't on the field. What did he just banish? Okay. What's he summoning? Blue Eyes Twin? Unless he's got Chaos Max in hand. Tyrant. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, put it down. It will not end well. Uh-huh. Well done, Blue Eyes. Wow. Just wow. Whatever. That's a bot name if I've ever heard of a bot name before. That is an effect. Oh, Blue Eyes again. Of course, it's Blue Eyes again. Do. Of course, it's Blue Eyes again. So I've got a bounce and an effect negate. I can't say that's ideal. Uh-huh. God, this guy is so original. He is so original with his Blue Eyes, which is all I've dueled against already. What we at? 25 minutes and all I've dueled against is Blue Eyes. Yep. Now he goes into the 9. Then he bounces the 9 for a 12. Then he Crimson Dragons for C for Divine Dragon. Uh-huh. It's way too late to be saying morning when all I'm dueled against is Blue Eyes. So sick of this deck. Okay, now. He's got an effect negate. And add or effect. Do I really have to get a third water arabesque? My starting hand was garbage. Honestly, the faster this deck dies, the better. No particular issue with it, it's just so popular, it's doing my head in. Like, it takes up at least 95% of all my duels. You could make this deck balanced by hitting Crimson Dragon or this. Let's just go change the name. There we go. Like, he literally does not have to do this. He has two hits. It's literally completely irrelevant what he's doing. He's just flexing for no reason. God, he plays two. Of course he does. Of course he plays two. You can stop flexing now. At what point do you just surrender? Because all he's doing is flexing for no reason. That was completely not necessary. That's also not necessary. This makes me want to use my Flawonderees deck. And that's saying something. Honestly, if the next duel is also Blue Eyes, I'm probably going to swap game, because I am not putting up with this. Because the whole downside to using Blue Eyes Ultimate Spirit Dragon is it dies at the end of the turn, but if you can always ass pull Divine Dragon Seifer, it's completely irrelevant. By finish, you mean lose, because my team is ass, and I cannot beat Cynthia with what I have. Imperm, Snatch Deal, Feather Duster, and 2 Prep of Rights. Uh-huh. I haven't had a challenge in the game. The entire league are EV trained. I have nothing that can beat Garchomp. My entire team is weak to ground. They're not weak to... They're weak to rock. And ice. She's got a Milotic with Ice Beam. And I think her Garchomp's got Rock Slide. I will not be winning that Nuzlocke at all, I can guarantee you. Duster. Yeah, I probably should. I'll probably finish it next week, though. In a way, it is the point, but it makes me feel, you know, losing progress. I know I shouldn't, but it does make me feel like I'm losing progress. Well, I need to start the Pokemon Violet DLC soon. I've no idea if I want to start with an entire new team or not. Because some guy has challenged me to catch the ZA starters in Shiny. And the only way to catch them is to do the DLC where they randomly run around. And then I can get them shiny. That, and I need 25 episodes released until... Because if I release 25 more episodes at my current schedule, that will get me to the 16th of October when it's released. I don't have any other games that are 25 episodes long. Not even close. Because that's either a 25-hour game or a 13-hour game in half-an-hour blocks. And I don't have any of those. I could probably get Star Fox Adventures to that degree because it's only a 15-hour game, but I'd need to play 40-minute episodes, maybe? Unless you've got any random ideas. I'm just looking at my sheet here. Temporal Chain's 15 hours, I suppose. Hang on, the Yu-Gi-Oh games are 15 hours. Is recording it properly as a recording, do you mean just recording it normally and not just doing highlights? Because the only other Nuzlocke I've been asked to do is bug only, and that is going to be tedious. Well, that's not even sort of a Nuzlocke. I can let them faint in that one, as it's going to be way too difficult if, you know, bug only, but they're not allowed to faint and they permanent die. That's going to be impossible. That's not even a Nuzlocke, that's just bug only. Do I have a Sura King in this deck? No. I was thinking, like, because if I did do the Pokemon DLC, I can finish it whenever, basically. And it'd be really easy to sum up into 25 hours. Cause I don't know what that guy's doing, but a second. It releases here. And I'll add them in a second. Oh, it's probably going to be terrible. It's just nice and feel for me to play things on. What game is that? Oh, Sonic Adventures. I was looking at my own calendar. I have no idea what I've even released. That's June. I've released more than June. I'm currently not looking at the screen, so I can't tell if you're actually typing anything. Needs to be blue. I'm literally just filling in my calendar on screen right now. I was doing it earlier while that guy was taking his Blue Eyes turn. There is absolutely no way on God's earth is it going to take me 15 hours for Sunshine. You've literally watched me platform. You've seen how horrible I am. Is it easier, or is it just that you think it's easier since, you know, I don't know if it is easier, though. Like, is it easier, or do you just remember it being easy and haven't played it recently? Oh, Billy Hatcher was absolutely insufferable. Like, I have never played a more irritating game in my life. Well, actually, the ending of Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, I almost threw my control through the screen. That was fun. don't even know if I... Do I have Mario Sunshine? Let me just wait for this guy to lose and then I'll load my calendar up. I don't even remember what I got up to. That'll be episode 11. That's episode 12. The 12 was released when 5 chapters or goes up to the 4th of August. That's 13. That's 15. 16. That's 18. See how many episodes I've actually made. I made 24 Sonic episodes. That sounds about right. That's the finale. Right, so that's my current schedule is up to here. So this is where my next game's going to be, which is Spyro. I'll release those in these blocks. So I've got from the 23rd of August to the 16th to release, which is 25 blocks. So something has to start on the 26th and go to the 17th. I do think Dawn of the Dragon is 9. So that'd be 18 episodes or so. And that's 6 hours. Oh God, Crash. Maybe? Because that'd be 15. I could get up to 30. That's pretty close. Or shall I just record as much random stuff as I can and hope it gets up to 20-some hours? Oh, Crash games are incredibly difficult. What did I pick up today? Where's my phone gone? I don't think I posted this, so I'll just post it now. So I'll post this for you to see. I'll chuck it here in general. We'll do that. On general. Click that off. We want to put on. This is currently on my wall. Of games and how long they are. These are just currently the ones that I've found that are fairly simple. The closest would be Fable at 12 hours, and I just knock them into half-hour episodes. But I don't know if Fable's interesting. I actually don't know. Original Fable. You know, OG Fable. I have it somewhere. Original OG Fable. PC. How long's Dark Deity 2? I have that too. That wasn't amazing. Wow. Dark Deity 2 is 10 hours. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, so I just want to pick something that is vaguely around that time. Like Star Fox Adventures is 30 episodes if I could be bothered to play it. I have it. Like, I've already got time off work to play the new Pokemon game. So that's not a massive problem. It basically just needs to last till this Friday after Pokemon, or a little bit after, so I can get some recording time in. Apart from that, it's steady. Unless any of you can think of some cool things. I have been well, Firewall. Fairly well. Stressed at work, but that does not change for me. So I will pull this in a second. I'll be back for a quick loo break. Okay. What's up, Firewall? Why are you not going to enjoy? Oh god, I know that feel. Probably not to the extent, but I know the feel of having tons of stuff you need to do, but don't have the willingness to do so. I know that feeling. It is indeed horrible. But this card is so good, it's just... You can only play it in certain decks. It'd just be amazing. Like, Larval is basically the only thing you can play this in. It just sucks that Larval is garbage. The Red Dragon Archfiend structure deck. No, I ain't got that one. I was never good with Red Dragon Archfiend. Synchro don't usually resonate with me. I've never been good at them. I want to get good at them. But apart from like Sword Soul, but that basically breaks Synchro anyway. Not a lot of them have stuck with me. I played Gusto for ages. But then I read problem solving card text and then it ruined Gusto for me. Now I can't Gusto anymore. Because the card they have on the ban list is just, you know, generic. Fiendish Chain support. Yeah, you were not particularly happy when you got hit with that, were you? I want Larvals to be good. I also want to be good at a Synchro deck, but I can't think of any that really resonate with me. I'm alright with Ice Barrier. What do you mean? You play Blackwing? And look, there we go. Alternate artwork, Aluba the Boober of Duba. I've got an alternate artwork, that's okay. Yeah, this pack has 4 alt arts. That's why it's got Ecclesia on the front. Oh, this card, I play this card in Goatee. Because while you control Synchro, you can banish a card on the field or in any grave. So it does chain all your Goatees if you want to. And then if they control something, you can banish a Synchro you control. Banish a Synchro from your grave to add it to your hand. So you can banish Ascan with it to bring Ascan back. It's a good random bit of Goatee support, I suppose. It's fine. Not amazing. Goatee is amazing, I'll have you know. It's like the only Synchro deck I can play. I just suck at them. Because all the tuners level 2, it's really easy. If you can think of a cool Synchro deck for me to play. I think Ice Barrier is the only one I can vaguely play. And that's just to shut down your opponent's deck. Wasps. Do they lock you into Synchros? Because if they don't, you can play. I could play Rika with them. Aliens? Actually, I'll take a look at Battle Wasps after this. Wind is a really underused typing in this game. It's a shame. Wind Witch. Interesting. Maybe. Alternate artwork in Ecclesia. Okay, that was quite nice. These in real life, by the way, are 50 quid a copy. At least. X-Sabers, I don't think they have the best interruption during your opponent's turn. I think Battle Wasps can. I mean, I'll have a look after this. Wasps might be interesting, actually. Depending on how high rarity they are and what they do. Another Lulu Willith. I don't want one. I mean, I did get 6 URs, so that's something. I didn't want them, but I have them. Alright, so let's try Wasps, just quickly. Wasps. Wasp. They do not have all the new support yet. Because Ballista is not as good as the new boy. What's its name? I can't remember. Do any of these lock you into wind, though? No. 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 It locks you into Insect from the extra deck. That isn't great. Yeah, it locks you into... It doesn't lock you into wind, it locks you into Insect. So for these 7 Princes of Hell, are they humanoid or do they have beast forms? And if so, which beast form is which? Because you could pick really cool animals for each one. So if Battle Wasps do lock me into extra deck stuff, I mean, Fusion probably won't count. And Link. That are Insect. What could I play? So you'll have Diablosis. Diablantis, maybe. Ooh. Dag Sovereign is an insect. Of course I remember how your system works, but all I remember are combat systems. So I could play Stag Sovereign. Eco Felina to go into Link 3. Yeah, I could do that. There's not a load of options until the new synchros come out. Are you only doing the 7 Princes of Hell, or are you doing the 7 Virtues as well? Because you could also do the... I think it's the 8 Cycles of Rebirth. You know, the character from Katekyo Hitman Reborn has the powers based on the Cycles of Rebirth and stuff. I suppose I could go into Stag Sovereign using Atlas. Not ideal though, but I could. No, I can't build Wasps until the new support comes out. Definitely not. I mean, there are 4 Archangels, so you could use those. Or would they be too close to gods? Because you kind of get into the territory of would they worship the archangels instead of the gods, even if they know the gods are there? Because in a way, it's easier to worship a spirit who is really powerful because it's in your possession and you can see it. It's more tangible than a god, if you know what I mean. Well, I mean, Lucifer was an angel, the demons aren't. From what I remember. Lucifer would be able to fight them because he was an angel before he got kicked out. So he isn't really a demon, he is technically an angel, so maybe? Oh look, a bot, because he has no challenges. Well, that's a going second hand if I've ever seen one. One drink down. Oh, card of fate. Yeah, have a nib. Ah, so we're going for that mythology. Okay. I was about to say something, but then I realised that you can just make that your law if you like. Yeah, it makes perfect sense. I mean, I don't know if they'd be as powerful, but the angels don't have as much weight over humans. So you could just have the demons have, like, the ability of, since greed's a thing, and the more greedy people around them, the stronger they are, angels wouldn't have that. So eventually, the angels will be more powerful anyway? Maybe? I suppose God creating angels is, they wouldn't be as powerful. They'd be more powerful than if Lucifer made it them, because Lilith would be his first demon probably, but they were human, not angels, so you don't have to be amazingly close. You can stretch certain things still. Like, it depends on how on the nose you want to be. Because the Staff of Moses is technically a thing, and it is a weapon that you could use. And you could have, what's the term? Not bibliological, is it? It's biblical. You can have actual biblical things. If you really wanted to. Not from the top of my head. I remember most of them. There's just certain things that you can just like pick one thing at a time and just is that transmission gear? Okay. Just develop them more. That's all you really have to do. I mean, we'll bounce that anyway, because then I think the Lucifer one's pretty good. But you also have to determine how strong they would be in comparison to everyone else. Like, if main character has, say, Lucifer, how big of a difference do they make in combat? Like, are they going to be unmatched by anyone other than angels and demons? I mean, how much stronger would they be in a way? Because they are still a person. And even if they summon Lucifer to attack things, you could still attack him while Lucifer's doing other things. Then it also supposes how long you can summon a creature for, the cost it requires to summon them in the first place, the relic that you would need to summon them. Do fire dance. That also, yeah, but how much would 100% of Lucifer do? Because if we're talking biblical Lucifer, they are unstoppable, and there will be nothing that could ever beat them.
Bonjour.
Hello, sir. Yeah, I got sick of losing to Blue Eyes.
Have you?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So I'm trying to tweak / assist in Firewall's creation of a new thing.
Well, I heard you talking. Literally, I just came on and heard you talking about Lucifer for some reason.
Yeah, because since his is based on mythology and religion, the highest tier of summons are apparently, potentially, I mean, we're saying potentially, Lucifer and the Sins and Archangels. But then if you can, at the top tier of your ability, you use 100% of a spirit's power, would using 100% of Lucifer's power be unbelievably overbroken to the point of you could just take over the world immediately? Because if the side, if the comeback to that is, well, the Archangels can beat them, how easy would an Archangel always be there, though?
My question is would you actually ever be able to actually wield 100% of Lucifer's power?
In this combat system, yes. If you got to the stage of soul armor, you would be able to do so.
Because you could have had it where technically you cannot use 100% because that would just literally just kill you.
Or we'll do Deity Wars rules. You become an avatar. It doesn't summon actual Lucifer, but a form of Lucifer. As, you know, because in Deity Wars, if you were to summon Star Creator Dragon, who is bigger than the known solar... It's bigger than all of things, because it breathes stars, you would destroy the world immediately.
True.
I mean, yes, in Dante's Inferno, he does defeat Lucifer by doing that, but you're not just fighting Lucifer, you're fighting a guy with Lucifer's powers who can also summon Lucifer. But fighting, like, if he summons an incarnation of Lucifer for you to fight and beat, you're basically, it's still 2-on-1. The guy still had, it's basically like fighting Lucifer twice. Unless by summoning the incarnation, you can't use a portion of that power. Right? It's like in Shaman King, if Yo is using Amidomaru's power and summons an incarnation of Amidomaru, they're still two people. If I'm working this out right. Which is possible I'm not.
I thought that you couldn't summon as well as thingy.
I don't remember that being stated. Because if you summon it, but then you're vulnerable, you are vulnerable, so you'll end up getting killed by somebody at some point. Like, it's going to sound like a really dumb example, but in Supernatural, the Archangels are not easily killed, but they can be. Like, they can still click their fingers and people die, but they are still powerful enough that... yeah, it is terrible. But they are super powerful, but you can still kill them. It is something you can do. Will it listen, though? I would imagine that if you summon Lucifer, he won't listen to you at all. Or do you have to have, like, a certain will to summon it? Because I would assume if you have compatibility of some kind to summon Lucifer, the Lord of Hell, you will be a scumbag, most likely. And you would take any chances with Lucifer at all. I mean, for a show that had no budget, it still is like 9 seasons long. And it was oddly entertaining until the whole bit at the end where it's just completely ridiculous. When it was Monster of the Week, it was fairly entertaining. Yes, the cosmetics were funny. It's also good with lore. I like that. A show with lore, I'm always good with. I don't think there's any demons in Supernatural that actually have horns, either. Weird. From what I remember.
Really?
Yeah. Because they're not actually demons, are they? They possess people. They all have... Everything in Supernatural is easy enough to kill because they have human vessels. And that's why they can't use, the full incarnation of their powers, because they are in vessels. There's the thing, Firewall. Would pain to Lucifer be anything? Like, what's a sin that wouldn't care about pain?
Wrath.
Yeah, Wrath wouldn't care. Is it enough to injure them to the point...
Sloth.
Oh, yeah, Sloth probably won't care either.
Yeah,
like,
those.
Is it enough pain to cause them to be destroyed? Because if it's just standard pain, they probably wouldn't care. Or the angels, if you put them into pain, they'll think it has some sort of test. Potentially.
Could play the two clubs.
Yeah, I say potentially because I have absolutely no idea. I'm just spitballing ideas.
Hmm.
Oh, they're for regular. Okay.
What you should ask yourself is, the Lucifer in this technically evil? Is he not evil?
The point, the problem is not is Lucifer evil, is the person who is potentially able to summon Lucifer evil. Because I would assume they have full control over the spirit, and the spirit can potentially disobey them to an extent, but they are technically the master of this evil spirit.
Are they all evil spirits?
They're all spirits of some kind. I don't know if they're evil or not. But even if they are evil, it's just... like, an evil spirit could be used by a just person. I assume it'd be fairly feasible for them to do so. God, it's sworn. I suppose it depends how easy it is to get 100%, the armor to summon. How easy is that to do? Like, if to get 100% of an evil demon is to massacre 1,000 people, not many people are going to be doing that. Yeah, that's a decent plot. You could do that, yeah. It depends on how high the highest creature is. If your highest creature is, I will instantly win all battles and no challenge can be done to me, it's a bit excessive. Like, hopefully by me and Nat just spitballing ideas, we can think of some random stuff. Okay, so now we've stated that it's basically like 1 in 10,000 people. Think to yourself now, what can and what will get to that level? Because if Lucifer and that will never get to that point, it's fine. We don't need to go there.
Yes, in story writing, sometimes it's best to leave things to the imagination.
You can put it in the universe that they're trying to do so, and we as the readers will wonder if they will. But if they can't, then you don't have to scale it to that. There's also a thing of scholars didn't believe it's true. Can they not talk to spirits, and if a spirit's ever done it or have heard of it, would the spirit not tell them? Maybe. Because feasibly, the easiest to soul armor would be the weaker spirits, because their conditions to soul armor would be the lowest than the highest tier ones.
True.
Yeah, like, they don't need to know that it's impossible. All they need to know is that Lucifer would be speaking to them going, yes, you will definitely become omnipotent and unstoppable by doing all these unspeakable acts. They don't know he's lying or not. The angels probably would. But they would also be concerned that it is vaguely possible.
I mean, what's the exact end goal here?
Like, they don't even need to defeat the sins. They just need to overcome that part of themselves. Depending on, like, how many protagonists you have. Like, you could have a protagonist that's angry all the time, and they have to face wrath to get over that. And then by getting over it, they pass some sort of thing where, in their group, if they can pass 7 things, they can... Like, they don't have to be physical things, they could be, like, metaphysical things. Like, if the goal to not even fight Lucifer, but potentially to stop him or do something is to overcome 7 trials. Maybe. I don't even know. Yeah, as Nat was saying then, what's your end goal? How will it end? Does it end with fighting Lucifer? Does it end with stopping opposing army? Does it end on cliffhanger, sequel bait? What does facing Lucifer mean to the plot right now? Like, it could be a high-tier side objective. And he's not even evil, he's just there. As like a red herring villain, maybe? Or he could help you out somehow. If, like, maybe you have to... It states you have to fight Lucifer, but you don't. You overcome the trials, and then he just helps you out. Because you don't have to be evil to use him. Like, you could kill the vessel of Lucifer, and then one of the main crew gets him for a while. Or Lucifer's power is split between the sins, and by doing all 7 trials, it combines them.
I have a video to watch.
You've got a video to watch.
Yeah. For stream. So far I can see it.
Is it quality?
It is.
I'll show it in a second. I just want to see what he's put here. Like, you could even put Lucifer was telling somebody, like, say Lucifer's sealed, and no one can use his power, and he just tells his vessel user, you have to fight all these 7 sins to gain access to his armor. But that's not what it does. It just unseals him. And then he does stuff. Like, they're just locks of a door. And when he fell, Angel split him into 7 pieces. And you've got to get each of the locks. Okay. So you sent me this.
Yeah. And now it's full screen, I think. Come on.
We're playing it full screen.
Yeah, come on. What kind of production?
We get it. No, I am not doing that for 200 sub special. That's in like 40 subs. What is my subs anyway? No, that'd be 14 subs. I'm at 186. I am not doing that for 200 sub special. That would be crazy.
Keep going. We're almost there. There's only a minute left.
In a sec. I'll do duel first. Yeah, that was a weird time. He just randomly sent me yeah, you need to go watch this.
You're not gonna watch
In a second. I mean, technically, I could just... This guy is going to be a Blue Eyes player. He's going to be doing this a while.
Greta, go ahead.
Could you send me the weirdest stuff, you? Just go watch this on stream. Okay.
Good times. Good times.
At least I'm not going to get a copyright strike out off it, like my recent one. Stupid Tails game.
Yeah, if you ever need to, like, make up some hours, you know, for recording purposes, like, if you need, like, 6 hours.
I need about 25.
Yeah, well,
Ish.
we could just play that game for 25 hours.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, I need 25 hours of footage to record, and then I've caught up to when Pokemon releases.
Simple. Just speedrun again.
Yeah, so it's either 25 hours of an hour long, or 13-hour game, or 2, combined, at 30-minute eps-ish.
When is the release date?
16th of October.
That's actually earlier than I thought it was going to be.
I've got my Switch 2 already, and I've got that week off, so I've got enough time to record, so... Knowing my luck, by the time I release the first episode, I'll have probably finished the whole game.
Are you going to, like, be releasing the episodes, like, close to the release date?
If I can get to 25 episodes, yeah. You know, for the 25
I don't
hours.
think you should bank them. I think you should capitalise on the popularity spike of the new game, like, and get them released, like, you know, within a week or 2.
Well, I usually have 3 a week. You want me to do more than that?
Probably.
I can do.
I'd just really try and, like, capitalise on that, like, you know, that window of hype.
I could definitely do that. So that'd mean I'd need 25 episodes to get up to then. Well, actually, no. Yeah, 25 to get up to then, and then just release Pokemon for a while. I can do that.
How many episodes do you think it's going to be to complete it?
In our episodes, about 40, I'd say. Because it's getting used to the combat system, and then there's also the grind to get up 26 ranks.
I really hope the combat system's good, because
Like-
I feel like it's the most interesting part of the game.
I was literally talking to Firewall about it while I were at work, because I weren't busy, so I was just chatting to him about it. Like, 26 ranks isn't too bad, considering there's only 99 basically levels of Pokemon. Basically level 100, you'll never get to level 100. It's usually, what, level 60? So you've got 26 ranks to get
What,
within 60 levels. Yeah. About 26
60,
ranks
70.
to get. Yeah. 26 ranks in 70 levels is not terrible. But then it also depends how completionist I want to be. Do I want to catch everything, or just pick a team and blitz through?
catching everything's so overrated.
I mean, I've done it in all of them so far, so I can.
I
usually do them all
have,
off screen.
but only for the shiny stone, and then once I'm done, I almost always think, that was really unnecessary. That was a lot of work for not much gain.
Well, generally, when I'm off screen, I'll just catch stuff or just nip into locals with Nat and that, do some trades and stuff. And then just start the next episode off with, oh, by the way, I've done this.
Yeah, the only thing is, they released a new game, you got to do it all over again, because you can't trade in between them, because they make certain Pokemon
God,
decks
look at this
exclusives.
absolute Giga Chad turn this guy's done. Why did he summon...
Got another video of people getting hurt, if you want to watch that, while he carries on his turn.
Why would he summon Terror Incarnate? It's just going to nuke his entire board, is it not? Am I missing something?
Probably.
Oh, it linked it off. Look, I don't have a great amount of interaction for this. I didn't pick a particularly interesting deck to use. I just went for a mindless one. So that negates... Spell or trap or effect, that's specials. I don't really have those. That is a double effect negate. What could I possibly draw? Lava Golem. Duster. Lovely. I should have kaiju that first, shouldn't I?
Probably.
I didn't think he could negate stuff like that.
Well, now you do.
Well, that's his quick effect there. So then I'm going to... get rid of this. I'm going to summon my kaiju. Then we're going to use prep. We're going to get Ohime. We use Ohime. I want...
Oh,
Desk. Pitch. Spirit Walk. Arabesque. Get rid of you. Or this one because she searches a trap. He doesn't have any negates left. Oh, just 12. That's fine.
Now's your chance.
I don't care if he inflicts 12. 12 is not an issue for me. No one cares about inflicting 12. That's perfectly acceptable. So then this one will summon a Mechanco from my hand. Can't really do much with that, but I will do. I don't have... Actually, do I just not have enough... Do I have enough damage? Is that... game?
Mechanco in 2025.
Well, the new support comes out
Alhamdulillah.
soon.
Yeah, new support.
Yeah. They're getting 3 new cards in the next set. We've seen what one of them looks like. But they haven't announced what it does yet.
When's the Dark Magician stuff come?
I don't know. Is there any Dark Magician support? I heard that there was a Spellcaster support.
I don't know. I saw a video in my sub box that was like,
You mean
Dark Magician?
Yeah, you
meta
mean
now.
Dark Magician of Chaos that is summoned with a level 6 or higher Spellcaster monster?
I think so.
It's supposed to be Dark Magician Girl, but you know what it's good at? You know what it's good in?
What? Don't say blue eyes.
Snake Eye.
Fucking hell, if you said blue eyes.
Because the Star is a level 6 or higher Spellcaster monster.
Oh yeah, it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Nice.
So once again, they've made Dark Magician support that is better in everything other than what it is.
That's so shit.
Yeah.
Oh, do you just quit at this
Dark
point?
Magician support would be great, but what they've just made is not Dark Magician support. It's Spellcaster support.
It's Dear Bellstar Law Part 4.
Star is going to use it, and that's going to make it expensive. And yes, I also want the new Dragon Maid support. I bought, let me just quickly load up eBay and I'll show you what I just bought.
Do you just give up if you're a Dark Magician player at this point?
Yeah. See?
You're literally watching Blue Eyes players.
I have the alternate artwork 25th anniversary House Dragon Maids. I've got 2 of those. And I bought some of this random jank. And where are they? There we go. I bought Hospitality in alternate artwork 25th anniversary as well. Ready for the new Dragon Maid support. Because it's really cool. And I just had a random bit of spare income. I was so salty that the new Dragon Maid support fusion was a super rare. And I got 3 boxes of that set and didn't get any of a super rare. God, I was so salty. So the next set is the Punk and Dragon Maid set. I'm going to get those. And then hopefully they'll have announced my new Mekanko stuff. Let me have a look for it. Mekanko support 2025. Yeah, that's the Dark Magician set. Masked Hero, Dark Magician, and Mekanko. The Tactical Tri-Pack. This one. Dark Magician, Masked Hero, and Mekanko. So, Uzuhime the Manifested Mekanko is the only card we've seen. We don't know what it is. I think it's going to be a ritual monster. Nib. You know what's fun? I can snatch steal his nib. You can't be a worse writer than me, Firewall. I have ideas for days. Not particularly great at writing. Yeah. Equip to a monster, take that monster. Usually I just hit their token with my Kango stuff. But I could snatch steal it if I wanted to. Or water arabesque it away. Yeah, so basically, as soon as I finish Pokemon, I'll have the entire year released in videos. So then I can start on my writing.
You said this after Tales were done.
Yeah, I didn't have anything recorded in advance. If I'd have started,
This
I'd have run out of videos.
I'm pretty sure you were meant to start at like end of January, start of February.
I need videos to release. I haven't recorded them all yet. I'll get there though. And it's also, I am sort of pushing it down the road. Because...
Just a bit?
the anxiety of, am I even going to be good at it, has kicked in, and then I keep pushing it. Like, once I start it, I'll be alright at it. It's just the dread until I start it is a thing. You know, like the dread of doing a new task before actually doing the task.
I can't relate. I've never not been good at anything I've ever done.
I've seen you play games. You sucked at Mystic Heroes. What are you talking about?
Mystic Hero. Hey,
I love that
leave
game.
some for me.
Honestly, I
12-year-old girl.
love Mystic Heroes. It's such a good game.
12-year-old girl with a beard, just like, hey, leave some for me.
Yeah, I want to get good at drawing and sketching, but once I try, I'm not very good with like perspective or the human form. So when I try, it's not what it is in my mind, and then I stop halfway through and never go back to it. It's a problem I have.
Perspective's a ball ache, but there's like there's good tools you can use. Like you can use I can't remember what they're called, but like it's basically like a template of perspective where you put on the background.
Well, I've got an app on my phone called the 3D Poser, and you can just make poses with like props and stuff, and you can render that out and you can sketch over it. I've also got Nat who teaches me things.
Sometimes.
I did make an overlay today, but it was very simple, so I don't really... not good.
Yeah.
What did I make?
This deck's so lame.
It is lame. It's amazingly lame.
You should watch the last
Yeah, I
5-10 minutes of my art stream.
So I made this layout to go onto the deck list videos. So when I make a deck list, they can see how expensive the deck list is.
That's good.
With a bit, with like an eBay list. I put other websites on there, but they're not really good for pricing Yu-Gi-Oh.
What? Card Market?
They're priced at like 6p on Card Market. But a new player would see it priced at 6p and go, "Ooh, that's a good deal." That's not including postage, though. So it may be 40p for an entire deck on Card Market, but 40 quid on eBay, and they're basically the same.
You can just pull postage.
I have ordered from one of my crew, who is now a vendor, with contacts, a case of one of the sets just to see if he's good or not. I mean, he's not getting his eggs on there. Honestly, I'm not surprised. Game stores do tend more for Magic because Yu-Gi-Oh's not as worthwhile. Stocking Yu-Gi-Oh is garbage in 2025. Like, the sets, the newest one was pretty good, but until then, the previous, like, 6 were absolutely garbage.
How well does Magic do in that regard, like, as a product?
Really well. They just released Final Fantasy Magic, the Final Fantasy set, which is 147 quid a structure deck, and they sold that immediately. Is that image traps?
Would you say Magic's harder to get into than Yu-Gi-Oh?
No.
More expensive to get into.
It's way more expensive, yes.
See, wouldn't that be a barrier to entry? Like, how are they... Like, people always say Yu-Gi-Oh can't attract new players or something, but... if
that's because
like
Konami's deliberately just not doing it.
But if Magic's like an even bigger, more expensive...
Magic's way cheaper. There's alternate formats sanctioned by Magic.
I thought we've just like said it were way more expensive.
No, Yu-Gi-Oh's way more expensive.
Yu-Gi-Oh more expensive?
Yes.
Really? I
Yeah,
always
Magic,
assumed Magic one.
You don't need expensive cards to play Magic. There is always a slightly worse version or a lower rarity, because their rarities are not garbage like Yu-Gi-Oh's are.
Isn't that the same in Yu-Gi-Oh though? There's like shit versions of good staples. Like instead of Imperm, you get Forbidden Chalice.
After 2 years when they get reprinted, yeah. Like, Fiendsmith reprinted the Fiendsmith without all the support for Fiendsmith, so all the support is 60 quid each still.
I think we need Firewall's input. Our resident Magic.
There you go.
Guru.
Multiple formats. You can play Pauper format. Yu-Gi-Oh only has standard. And then you get Pokemon, which is you really simple to understand, and you have to buy the singles because all the sets will be sold out because of scalpers.
Yeah, I don't.
No one scalps Yu-Gi-Oh. Nobody.
That's what I don't get about Pokemon. How does it survive?
They don't care. The product has been
when
bought.
The scalpers are so prevalent.
Well, why not? Because the stores sell the cards, so they don't care. And then the scalpers sell the cheaper ones on eBay anyway, so there's always more product, so everything's cheaper on eBay anyway. Like, the scalpers go for the alts. You don't have to play alts. You can just play standard, like the cheaper ones. Yeah, Legacy is about 5,000 in Magic if you wanted to, but you don't even have to go anywhere near that. Like, you can just do an entire deck for 20 quid. Yu-Gi-Oh can't do that. Because they just don't reprint right. Remember when Droplet came out and they reprinted it in what was it? Short print secret rare 3 times in a row.
And the price didn't move.
Yeah.
Do you remember they did that with Prosperity?
Yep.
They did that with Prosperity for like 2 years in a row.
And only once it wasn't used anymore did they actually start reprinting it in other rarities.
Yeah.
Like, it's not going to say much about the game if we have to wait for another 25th anniversary collection set of any card in any rarity for more things in the game to be playable.
Do you remember what they did with Baron, where Baron was like 80 quid for like 3 years?
Yep.
They reprinted it in the whatever it was called, the rarity collection. So it was like a tenner, and they banned it 6 months later.
I never played a huge amount of Playground Yu-Gi-Oh! Since we didn't really understand it. I think I've had more fun with it, recently than I did when I was a kid, if you know what I mean. Because a lot of it was...
when I was playing Playground Yu-Gi-Oh! I was literally normal summoning Blue Eyes.
Yeah, to the extent of we didn't
without,
even know the
without
rules.
tributing, just putting it down, like...
How are we using cards flavor text as actual effects? That's how we're doing. But there was a guy that said that he could control dragons in his flavor text.
I don't know
so
if it
I
was
took my brother's dragon.
good or just nostalgic. It's like, I tried rewatching the original anime recently. I can't. I just can't.
I liked the anime. I watched it back during COVID a few years ago. I think I watched up to the end of what's the Blimp Arc? Is the Blimp Arc part of Battle City or not?
Yes.
Yeah, I watched up until the end of that. I actually really liked it, like it were a bit, but it still got me in the feels. I thought, oh, it held up better than Beyblade.
God, Beyblade was so season 1 of Beyblade was great, but not.
That dub is criminal.
It has not aged well.
That dub is criminal. I feel
It's
like if you watched it in sub, it would be better.
Like, it is a hot mess. That dub.
The shocking out of sync. I want to know what the actors are actually doing in studio.
Nothing, probably. Like, I tried watching Dinosaur King. I can't. Because the main character is voiced by Ash Ketchum. And I don't like that voice actor. It just doesn't do well for me.
Oh, she stopped playing Ash like last year, didn't she?
Yeah.
After how long? 18 years or something?
Why the hell did I just do that? That was stupid.
Dude, do you know how many times I've had that exact thought when I've been like playing Mech Knights and I start autopiloting and zone out, and then I end up.
Should not have done that.
And then my opponent actually plays around Mech Knight columns better than me playing Mech Knight, and I'm just like, how bad am I right now? I need to stop playing.
Pistols, sure. I don't care
When's
about Mordred.
Mimigul coming to Master Duel?
Yes. It's the next pack runs out in 4 days. So next week I should be able to play Mimigul.
What? It's actually confirmed.
Yep.
Oh, nice one. Is it out in?
Well, we say
OCG?
confirmed. DK technically doesn't have
wink,
to be
wink.
correct. He is,
Wink, wink.
and he always is.
Wink, wink. He's just a good guesser. Yeah, it's out in OCG yet.
No. It is a deck I want to play because you can real screw your
Wait,
opponent
when's the
over
next,
with. Have you read Fire Princess?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that card. That card is banning.
From the second ever Yu-Gi-Oh set. Flip, discard 2 cards, your opponent takes 600 damage. It's a must, so you give it to your opponent with Mimiguls and flip it over and just rip out your opponent's first hand because they have to discard. Now, I don't ash my own Maxi anymore, partially because I don't play much Maxi, and it never resolves anyway. Oh, not Fire... Which one am I thinking of? It's not Fire Princess, it's Fire Sorceress am I thinking of? Yeah, that's all Maxi is. Ash bait. Because generally, I need whatever I'm going to summon. It's quite nice to be guaranteed. Yeah, Fire Sorceress, that's it, yeah. I mean, I've won because I can just crash into this lava golem twice. You know, I was quite thinking, is it not really harsh on everybody that I'm using Mechanco right now? But considering people are using Blue Eyes, I'm like, no. I'll make them suffer, it's fine. Like, I'll state, I don't mind Blue Eyes. The problem with Blue Eyes right now is it's not Blue Eyes. It's Primite Ether Barrel or Crimson Dragon. If they didn't have those, I think the deck could still be decent. Yes, I think it's 4 days. Let me have a quick check. It was pack, wasn't it? Yeah, 4 days this one runs out. These two. And that's when I think we're getting Mimigul. I can't believe this had 4 all arts, and I only got these 2. I mean, Albaz I don't particularly care about. I kind of like this Ecclesia, though. They're not even, like, they're not even in sets I would actually use. Like, I've got, from what I remember, all the Sky Striker stuff in alt art. Yeah, I've got my alt Hayates, my alt Shizuku, my alt Kagari. I have the reinforcement of the army with Sky Striker. I didn't get any of the alt engagers though. It's a shame. It turns out I can't build Battle Wasps yet. Or I would. As they are not out in the game yet. It is a shame.
Wasps.
Yeah, I want to play a synchro deck. But the only ones I've ever been good with is Goaty and Ice Barrier. Branded Dark Magician. Maybe that'd work. I've never been a Dark Magician fan myself. Oh. This is not going to end well for me. Flat 2. How big is Magic at our locals? We've got a big... we've got a really big Magic the Gathering one, actually. Each... at locals in general in the UK, each day is a different locals, and I think Magic has 2. Yu-Gi-Oh! Has Saturday... No, not Saturday. I think it has Thursday. Alright, so I really should have saved that Imperm for Catapult Turtle, which he probably is going to play. God. If he added 7th Tachyon then, he'd have just killed me with Catapult Turtle. So that face down is most likely transmigration. So if I do this, now he doesn't control a galaxy monster. So now I can just... Yeah, Mirror Jade is one hell of a card. I had to keep outing it in real life by bouncing it to the extra deck so it can't do anything. Right pain. I'm glad they introduced that ruling though. Like if you note something to the extra deck, it doesn't activate. Or it doesn't. No, it can activate. It doesn't resolve.
Yeah, I mean that's literally like one of the only ways to not be punished.
Yeah.
Like, very lame. You know what's also lame? Being mirror jaded 3 times in one turn.
That is very lame. Nah, what was the game you were doing against Sean on Saturday, and didn't you immediately banish his branded fusion?
Huh.
What did you do? You
Is
made
that
him
how it
melee
worked?
or something, and then he couldn't get it back, and he lost the entire game immediately.
Did it not have retribution?
I can't remember what it was that I was playing.
Or did
Probably
Mike make him
zombie or
banish it? I can't
something.
remember.
Could have been Mike. Oh, it might have been Mike. Mike was playing his zombies. So I might have just immediately ditched the card. But
Wasn't he playing Crystal Beast or something daft?
Mike was also playing Crystal Beast as well. I don't recall using any. I don't think any of the decks I brought with me banished anything, so it might have been Mike.
I love Xyz engines. It's my jam. Synchro I suck with. Xyz I've played basically every single Xyz thing. I think I've played almost every ritual thing too. I think it's Cyber Angel I haven't played.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just because another person in our group has Cyber Angel. I just haven't had a chance. Okay, the next sets are going to be so fun for me. I just can't wait for them. I just want my Psychic support so I can get a deck I want to play. And my Dragon Maid stuff with Punk, and I can actually do stuff. I can have an Ask Firewall and see what kind of decks they're playing. Generally, when we go in on Saturdays, it's usually just us playing Yu-Gi-Oh!, the kiddos playing playing Pokemon downstairs, and that one D&D group that blamed us for being loud.
You ever played D&D?
We have talked about playing D&D, but we have never actually played.
I thought it
Yeah.
looked kind of cool. Like, when I watched a video. What is it called? Critical
You've been watching some Critical Role?
Role. Yeah, it looked kind of fun when they were doing it.
I was watching one of a guy's character got killed, and they lost all the rolls to bring him back. But then the DM let him bring his character back, but as sort of an undead controlled by insects inside his body, and he was an insect controller now. It's kind of cool.
One thing I like about that is I find those D&D campaigns actually kind of good for coming up with like storytelling and like character interactions and like.
Oh yeah, there's so much cool stuff you can do in D&D. Like how everybody, when they see when they see a door, will do everything possible instead of checking if the door's unlocked or not. I wouldn't even know what kind of build I'd go for. Because in general, you'd kind of need the standard crew, wouldn't you? You'd need at least a tank and a healer.
Not really.
You kind of do, but you can get away without them.
Well, the thing with D&D is it's like any story that you want to kind of make, innit? So you don't need to kind of have anything.
I saw one with a guy who got cursed and didn't ask what the curse was, and the curse was anything he touches has a very high chance of becoming a mimic. So he just thought he was very unlucky. And then he drank a mimic because he drank a drink, and that did not end well for him.
I saw one where they did like a 2-year playthrough, and at the end it was revealed that one of the players at the table from the very beginning had a pact with the DM to be a undercover traitor, and he betrayed them at the end after 2 years of real life playing sessions. He kept it up, and I was like, "Holy shit, man!" I'm like, that's the dedication to like keep that secret. That's so good. He literally betrayed them at the end. I thought, "Oh,
Yeah,
God,
there's
that
so
would
many cool
actually-
stuff you can do.
That would actually hurt."
And that would also be amazing because he is incredibly lucky with dice rolls. I am not.
Annoying about.
Do you think you'd be able to like pull that off Poker Face and lie for 2 years like that?
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
oh man.
Yeah, Nat can.
Definitely. Yeah. Especially if it's my role.
Oh, I watched that. Did you see that Farfa clip where he was playing a flip deck and he got 13 coin flips in a row in heads?
I thought that were edited.
No,
I
he
was
did
like,
it
"There's no way
live.
that's not edited."
No, he
And then
actually
I
did
was
it
like,
live, yeah.
It's not edited. What the
No,
hell?
he got to 164,000 attack points. It was quality. It is something I would want to play, but it's also... We're not in often enough with a schedule to play it.
That is true.
And we'd have to find someone to DM it.
Though, you could always just do it online.
I
but
suppose we could.
then we'd have to organise everyone getting online.
And we
You'd
currently do
to
not
be
have
a
enough
Saturday
dice.
as well. Well, I've got all the dice.
You have,
John's
the
got a
gun
bagger
dice.
of dice.
Yeah, you have the gun dice.
I do.
I feel like DMing is like a skill in its own.
It
I don't
is.
know how they do it.
It's way more interesting if you've got a DM who knows what they're doing or has a
Like,
vivid imagination.
in the DM just like essentially an author who's like also like an actor and improvising.
Somewhat, yes.
I'd say
like-
so.
But
It seems so hard to do that.
to be fair, they do use the... Because obviously there's tons and tons of books for Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh yeah, there's
isn't
like
there?
handbooks.
So that is generally where some, not all, but some of their ideas will probably and more than likely do come from.
Yeah.
Because obviously when you read like the Book of Monsters that are available, it's like you might read some. From what I've heard, it's like they'll read something about a monster. It's like, oh, that's really cool. I'm going to have that in a campaign, and then it doesn't work at all. That's the best bit. This will be awesome. Oh, it didn't work. I love hearing those stories. Those stories are best. Oh yeah, this guy was going to be like a villain. He was going to go through the entire campaign. It's
And you
like
crit
dead
killed him
immediately.
immediately.
Crit killed immediately. It's like, what? Yeah. But yeah, that was like, I think it was Brennan's kind of character. The archer literally just managed to crit him with an arrow immediately. Beautiful. Beautiful. But no. Yeah. But I've technically got a character thought up because I got like a starter kit for Christmas from someone, and I was just like, oh, what character would I be? Or what character would I make? It's like, so
I like that you can get bad die rolls. And
You really can.
that can actually like
Well-
affect how you play.
well, the irony is that from what I've heard, a nat 20 and a nat 1 aren't an actual thing in the rules. Are they not? It's just a kind of thing that has kind of become popular in doing. Like immediate success or instant fail.
Yeah.
Both of which are amusing. That failed immediately. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I'd be so suspicious of someone in the group being like a spy or betrayer now. I can't get over that. Like, who's colluding with the DM? Because there's different like motivations and alignments, isn't there? So you could you could know someone's maybe got an ulterior motive.
Yeah. Yeah, because what have you got? Yeah, neutral, good, neutral, bad, lawful, good,
Yeah,
chaos.
whatever.
I
this,
did
that, and the
watch a
other.
video talking about how much of a pain in the ass it is to play with chaotic neutral characters, because they just make things like like just awkward for the sake of
They
it.
can, yeah.
Sounds like
And you
my
and you-
character.
and you
Sounds
can't-
like something I'd do. Yeah.
But the thing is, like, you can't really say out because it is the alignment, but it's like bad for the like
Can I just be
cohesion.
chaotic good?
Yeah, I feel like that would be a lot
That
easier.
that'd be me. It's like I'm not doing anything bad, but I will troll you.
Yeah, come to think of it, that is literally your alignment in Yu-Gi-Oh! They're just annoying
Yeah.
but good-hearted.
I'm not being like pure evil, but I am bringing the chaos. Yeah.
Taiwan. This. I think that's fine. I'll use Arahime, get rid of that. As of Nat 20 is an actual rule, but you can define with your community what you want Nat 20 to be, basically.
Yeah, because I think it's like the high success, but some people just have it as like immediate success. It's like if you hit a nat 20, that's it, you've succeeded, and same with a nat 1. It's like if you hit a nat 1, it's just like, yeah, you've immediately failed. Yeah,
Well,
there's
not
no
immediately, depending on what your buffs
no,
do.
it's like no, because it's like I think it is like immediate. Like you don't apply buffs or anything. It's just immediate fail. I think it does that in Baldur's Gate, does it not? Yeah, it depends on the group, I'm assuming. Because yeah, like I said, it's like I know like the critical role. Obviously, they use the nat 20 as immediate success, and then that one is immediate fail. Yeah. Ba ba ba. Celestial pack. I'll have you. And you.
Does everything in Snake Eye target? Because he can't do anything to me if it does.
Not sure. How's Zappo not banned yet?
It should be. Mm-hmm. Oh, he just wanted to lose. You could have just literally scooped, you know.
Nah. It's too easy. Look. Go out in style.
I literally defeated his entire deck with one monster, basically. Against this. God, look at the state of that. People will do anything to play the Exodia package because it just summons 2 monsters.
Yeah, I really do not miss that monstrosity on screen.
That is just card slop.
It really is, and it's
Like-
sloth is a good word.
Like, if you wanted to fix Fiendsmith,
It's literally just broken card
ban
dot
this.
deck.
Just ban this. All you need to do. Snake Eye is not a massive issue right now. I've got no problem with Snake Eye.
Ban Promethean, one of the worst design cards we've ever fucking
If
seen in my life.
they were to ban a card, it would probably be Promethean Princess, yeah.
Why is Promethean generic?
She's not, she's fire monsters. It just so happens that Snake Eye are all fire monsters.
She's not.
It is. All her stuff's state fire monster.
2 effect monsters.
Yeah, but if you're not playing fire monsters, you can't do anything else because you can't special summon except fires.
It don't matter. She goes to grave.
How are you getting her off the field without special summoning something that is not fire?
I can't remember, but literally every deck plays around it perfectly.
Yeah,
That's
I've
why
only
it's
ever
been-
seen it in Snake Eye, which are basically all fire. So
There's ways. There's like I can't remember. I haven't played in like 3 months.
you know
but
how hard Snake Eye had to be hit, considering
It's
that's at 1,
unbelievably
that's at 1,
broken.
that's at
the
1.
fact that you don't need a fire to go into it is so ridiculous.
Yeah, I used to play her in Volcanics, but I never really played Volcanics for a while. I remember what my next deck's gonna be. I had it written down. Where's my phone? I'll find out. No, Snake Eye is miserable. However, I would take Snake Eye every day than Blue Eyes right now.
I don't understand what they were going for because they banned Savage and Baron because they're like, oh, and Apple, because they were sick of like 10
Four
negate
Horsemen of
boards.
the generic end board, yes.
Yeah, which I was fully on board with. I thought that's a great step. And then they released U-Bell, which it's U-Bell was pretty much a 10 negate board, and it even played around towers because it changes the towers unaffected effect,
Yeah, it's real stupid.
which is mind-boggling. Like,
Its effect becomes something because you're not targeting the monster, you're targeting its effect.
it's so
So I played Nat on Saturday with my new deck, and I missed a key monster out and the entire deck didn't work. That was fun.
which deck is this?
I played Supreme King Odd Eyes. You know, the Zark deck. And I didn't have the scale 13 in, so the deck didn't work at all. And then our resident ninja player who plays Ninja and Charmer has tasked me with making him an easy deck to play. You know what he wants to play? Lab. So I've had to build him a deck list for Lab.
Lab.
Yeah, Lab.
Chainlink.deck.
I'm going to transaction rollback for Elemental Blast and nuke your board because it doesn't matter. By the way, Elemental Blast is like a 10 to 15 pound common. It's literally disgusting. What else was expensive? I posted it to the this chat. What was it? Oh yeah, gem armadillos are £15 each now.
When science has gone too
And
far.
I bought something that is incredibly pointless, yet something I had to buy. I bought the pickup device. You don't need to know what that is. It's quality. It was made to be pointless for me. That's what this device was. Oh, Jinzo. That's a card that needs support. I mean, it's got some. But it needs to make... It needs a card stronger than Jinzo that counts as Jinzo.
Do you like the what's it called? The Odeon deck? I can't remember.
I haven't played it. A person in our group does, but... What's the most difficult TCG? Yu-Gi-Oh!
You know what? I feel like Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, you know what made me feel like they just started making cards complicated for the sake of it was when they brought out like Azamina White Forest.
But well, you've got
Like,
4 cards called Sylvie.
no, just the fact that that deck, you can literally play that deck's turn for like half an hour. And at the end of every turn, it recycles everything and you can do it all again next turn. I'm
Magic's
thinking,
not complicated once you know... Like, in the latest sets, they've, like, a lot of keywords are obsolete. Yu-Gi-Oh! Has the problem of nothing explains its rules, and you cannot find out those rules. Like, nowhere in any instruction book ever does it tell you what an inherent summon is, how the damage step works. That's too hard to teach. Magic's easy enough that this cost does this, this land does this. Yu-Gi-Oh! Doesn't even explain its own rules in its own game.
because it's so instinctive and, you know, easy to pick up. Like,
What? Why, when, and if are different things.
I've learnt that ruling 10 times. I have forgotten it 10 times.
Yeah, I can't play Gusto anymore because of that ruling. Did you know that all the Gusto birds are when?
All I know is sometimes I summon Hanzo and get really mad. Oh, another one.
Yu-Gi-Oh's
Black Rose Dragon.
Yeah. Like, Yu-Gi-Oh's
You can,
complexity is... We've made that complexity because Konami don't want to explain anything. It's complicated because we've basically made it that way.
Now, don't you think it was because they the way they built it year after year? They just slowly added stuff on top without ever cleaning up the previous framework.
I think at this point, me and Nat and the group have played basically every card game. We haven't played the Gundam one yet, because that's out in 2 months, and I will get it. Like, we were playing Force of Will on Saturday, and one of the people guarded with 2 cards at once, thinking it was magic. It's not. They do blend together after a while, but...
You cannot do that.
Nope. No, you cannot.
Though it still has flying, which is irritating.
Hate flying.
Flying, I think, is one of those abilities in card games which is either really nice or really just not nice at all. And I mainly know they're not very nice.
Why didn't Pokemon ever have flying type being different from normal type?
They don't have ice either. And
Didn't they also...
poison counts as grass too.
Didn't they get rid of some now as well?
Yeah, they've got rid of Fairy. Fairy is psychic now.
Well,
Really?
Yeah.
Well, Ghost psychic as well.
They don't print fairy at all anymore. It's all.
Wow, I
It's,
thought they'd be pushing
fairy is
that.
classed as psychic.
Why is that? Is that because it was too complicated to add more types? So
I think it just streamlines it. Because they don't have to streamline it for dragon types and all that stuff.
Because they
Because dragon is its own type, but doesn't have dragon energy. They use energy of all types. So a dragon attack could cost a lightning, a water, and a fire energy. But then they don't have to be weak to fairy then.
That's so broken. You essentially just made dragon splashable in every deck.
Providing you have the energies, yes. You can indeed.
Oh yeah, but you don't need a specific energy, do you? So you just...
Yeah, but you still need energy.
Yeah, but every deck has energy. Like every deck plays energy, so it's like it can.
If you're playing a fire deck and you've got a dragon chain of cards that require basically just fire or neutral energies, you can play them.
It's like if there's ever a broken meta dragon card, it goes in every deck because every deck.
And Magic, Pokemon also doesn't have side deck. That's not a thing. So if you're losing because of type disadvantage, you will just lose.
So always better to multitask. Or deck. Type. There you go. Always multi-type your deck.
Unless you can't, because your boss monster is only a certain thing. But generally you would try to, yeah.
Isn't fighting ground and rock all the same time?
Fighting, yes.
That'd be so weird to try and get used to now.
Grass is grass, poison, and bug.
Oh.
Water is just water and ice, because they're the only water things.
Do they not have subtypes?
No.
God, that is so limited.
Fire is basically just fire. But occasionally, some things that are part fire, you know, like if it's like water fire, it'd either be either or. It's very rare they're both.
Is
like Aggron could be fighting or steel.
Is Ghost dark?
Ghost is psychic. Or dark. Generally, used to be psychic, but then some more dark now.
They are really just shoehorning Pokemon in.
I mean, I get it. They're making more types and they want to just stick to 7 or 8 types instead of like 16 to balance.
Is that just... Yeah, but do you think that's just because they're trying to like make it simpler for like kids and newer people to approach the game? Like the card game.
Water fighting, dark, grass, electric, psychic, steel, and fire. And it did have fairy until they removed it.
Brad. You think they're doing that specifically to make the game more accessible to like younger, newer players? Like it's just a dumbed down version.
I think it's easier remembering 7 type matchups than what beats this, because each card has a written on its own weakness, doesn't it?
Yeah,
so you'd have to balance weaknesses too, because that's an integral mechanic of the game. Resistances. Like, if one card is resistant to, say, like a steel. No, let's say fire, and its weakness is water, is fine. But if its weakness is water or something or something else, it's a bit more complicated. But yeah, I think it is in a way dumbing it down.
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying like that is like a conscious avenue they've gone down to like appeal to newer players more.
I mean, we've had to do a lot of that with Dwarves, so...
Like, lowering the barrier to entry, like the knowledge curve.
One wrong so far.
Am I correct in assuming like Magic doesn't have like the type matchups in Magic don't actually have like the rock paper scissors thing
No.
that Pokemon has?
They definitely don't have that. You'll find certain
See,
decks are good against certain decks. For example, White has a lot of flying, and not all decks have a decent access to flying.
See, I feel like that's so much more interesting that they have these colours and like types, but the types don't actually have like a punishment. Like if you're playing fire versus water, you are in trouble. You are like hurt. But whereas if you're playing blue versus red in Magic, it's nuanced and it's not one way or the other. I feel like that's way more interesting than in Pokemon where you are just like losing a matchup.
Oh, I just got a punk question wrong. I'll just guess. Failed that, didn't I? I don't know what mirror forces look like. For God's sake, I hate this thing. Oh yeah, Magic's got tons of removal. It's not too bad. Spellcaster. Crap.
Did Magic ever start doing that thing that Yu-Gi-Oh did around 2013, 14, where they made towers, and then they had to make stuff to beat towers, and then everything that didn't have those things to beat towers just automatically lost, and then you just had this like continuing like arms race and snowball of power creep that got out of hand, where you have non-targeting banish. Or my favourite, neither player can respond to this card's activation. That's my favourite. You know you're doing well as a designer when you end up writing that on a card.
Well, like all the custom people who always write it.
What do you mean?
This card can be activated from your deck when your opponent summons 5 times and stuff.
Did you see that that group of videos that went round maybe a year ago, where one of the old Yu-Gi-Oh designers from like I think like 6 or 7 years ago were doing like videos with like MBT and stuff, reacting to new cards, and he read Fenrir and nearly fainted.
So stupid.
It was like, holy shit! What the fuck? Because like back when he was designing cards, Pankratops was like a really controversial card because of how strong it was, and it was like banned. And here they have like Pankratops combined with like yeah superpower. I feel like when you're constantly playing Yu-Gi-Oh, you don't notice the power creep as much as when you like don't play it for a year, or someone else gives you an outside opinion. Like, wait a minute,
Who is summoning the wicked avatar? What's wrong with these people? I don't know damage step rulings. Because that's a continuous. The moon mirror states during damage calc. So moon mirror would take priority over Megalo Smasher because continuouses can't be activated during the damage step? No, no idea. Oh, I did it though. Don't worry if I'll answer in a second. I just had to finish that because that was miserable. Okay. Yeah, Magic doesn't have boss monsters in a way. Because in a way, since Magic is... You have so many cards in your deck. Even if you build your strategy to make... for a certain... You know, like a certain strategy. It's quite possible you will never ever see that strategy. And you can just win other ways.
You have like searching?
Not
like
in Magic,
everything in Yu-Gi-Oh! Is searchable, isn't it?
Because, well, Magic does, but you also have to take into consideration as well, all searches cost, and you have to pay the cost for that. So instead of summoning something for that turn to potentially do and further the game state, you're searching for something for you to be used next turn. And if you haven't played something, your opponent will potentially steamroll you. So you've got to determine how much mana you want to keep.
So you're saying using Pot of Prosperity on your first turn, going first, revealing 6, and then finding every starter in your deck is not the Magic approach?
Not in Magic, no. Because they don't have starters. You can have a 100-card deck in Magic and never even see the cards you want to see. Because even if you got your starter, that starter could have the cost of 3 to do something. If you don't have that, you can't do anything. Because in Magic as well, when you're playing, you've got to determine if you want to summon something, or do you want to use that land you've got for your opponent's turn to stop their turn. So you've got to have enough to do your turn and enough to interact with your opponent as well.
Don't that just make every grind deck better than every like fast deck?
Potentially.
If...
Yeah. Apparently it's got about 10 cards that can search any card in your deck, but just because you can doesn't mean it's a good move. Because sometimes you don't need it.
Yeah. I'm going to shoot now. So.
Okay, I've got about another half an hour in this.
So. Yeah. I'll speak to everyone later anyway.
Indeed, sir. I've got this Magic to discuss.
Maybe.
It's an odd card game as well. Because you've got to plan your resources correctly. Same in Deity Wars to an extent. Depending on what you need for the cards you're playing. It's more of an RPG than a TCG. I can understand that.
That's funny.
Oh look, it's another Sengengajin deck. Yay! I'll see how hard they go into nib. Even then I don't have a good normal summon. I'd need to top deck a Kanko to do anything in this board state. I mean, I'm all for them halving their life points. But how does that guy not have a name? Is he cheating?
Weird. Are you in an event or something?
No? Don't just standard ladder. Yeah. Searching in Magic is not as powerful as just drawing stuff. Because you always want to draw into lands. Especially if you're playing a multicolour deck and only draw like white land.
Wait, wouldn't searching be better then? Because by searching key pieces,
Yeah, but say it costs 3 to search, but only like 2 to draw 4. lands are free to play from your hand, so it's better to draw into a land than search a land.
Yeah, but you will draw into a. No, you don't. You don't search the land. You search like the key piece, and then by taking like key pieces out of your deck, you're thinning it, leaving way more lands than non-lands left in your deck. Meaning you will draw more lands now because you've searched other pieces, combo pieces out.
Seems Firewall sent you something.
Yeah, I'll read it.
This guy just revealed Tikaboo while he's playing this deck, by the way.
Yeah, okay. Very fun. How does Mikanko react with that battle phase thing?
Which
Because he
battle phase
gains
thing?
the Exodia card because he has the battle damage. Is it damage step?
I'd still reflect damage regardless because it's a continuous lingering, so.
How come you didn't die?
Anything equipped with the Mikanko spell can't be destroyed by card effects.
Oh, so broke.
I need it to be destroyed so I can equip it to Exodia to bounce it. I mean, Tikaboo doesn't really matter to me. All the Mikankos are different types.
You could actually play it.
I could, if I needed to. I generally don't, but there's no saying I couldn't.
You know what? The deck I actually found so annoying to play against. There's like a going first Mikanko build where you use what's the warrior engine?
Infernoble.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Infernoble. I used to play them before I started using Battling Boxer because it's a slightly faster engine in Infernoble.
It was Mikanko splashed with Infernoble, and holy shit, that was not fun to play against. My brain's fried now, lads.
Yeah, I've got about another 20 minutes in me myself, so. I was going to nip to the closest locals to get some sleeves and stuff, but I just can't. I've got no will. So I might build some new decks to use. Is he really pinning himself down to 1,000 life? It does have super poly-like effects, but they're relegated to just removal, apparently. Okay. See, we're learning more about magic here.
What do you do as green? Because doesn't green
green has big things.
Yeah, but doesn't green lack removal?
It does, yeah. It usually just beat with big things, but you just combine it with something that removes. It's like green-blue. Or a green-black, because then you can just use your fodder to use the tribute effects and stuff. I've got Magic the Gathering Arena on my phone, but I haven't got very far in it. I'm sorry, why did this guy just summon Pep?
What are you playing tomorrow then? / later today?
No idea. I might go for Spyro. It's only a 5-hour game. I can do it in one session.
Mate, that's good.
I'm just trying to get a lot of my quicker games out of the way so I can move on to my longer ones. I think it's Spyro the second one, Spyro the third one, Demon X Machina, and then White Knight Chronicles. I think we chose. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Because I wasn't going to play a long game until Pokemon comes out, but I can. It'd free up a lot of space if I did. Which is why I asked if, which kind of, should I play a game that has like lots of sequels, like a Final Fantasy game, because I can play X and X2. I can play 13, 1, 2, and 3. I can start Tales from the first Tales game. I can start Xenoblade from the first game. Or Metroid. Or just go for random side games.
I feel like random one-offs.
Yeah.
A lot more freedom. Then you don't have to like commit to it.
Like I've got the Beast Wars PS1 game, the Transformers game. All the stuff like that.
What about Mega Man's?
Mega Man. Are they not ridiculously difficult?
I can't remember, I never played them. But I know they are somewhat nostalgic.
Maybe. I've got Star Fox Adventures to play as well, by the way. That classic.
Firewall come up with some fucking game ideas. Why don't you contribute?
He did.
Instead of freeloading?
He told me to play Shadow of Mordor. Because it's good, and it's a side game for Lord of the Rings.
I can't remember. That came out like 2011?
It pissed off everybody because they patented the system in the game so no one else can use it. You know, the system of where enemies level up if they kill you.
Very niche.
Yeah. But imagine if they didn't patent that and that was in standard games from now on. That'd be so cool.
You'd never see it.
RPGs probably would. And Souls would love that. A system where if the enemy kills you, they get to level up. That'd be amazing. Oh, yeah, we were talking about licensed games for a bit as well, yeah.
Yeah, come on, Firewall, come up with some.
Yeah, he has before. He came up with Eternal Darkness. I have that as well. Where your character gets more insane as the game goes along.
There was a racing game for the GameCube. I can't remember.
F-Zero GX.
No, it was. God, what were it? I'm sure it was on motorbikes.
It'd be Motocross probably. Or Smuggler's Run.
It were fictional because you had like guns and you shot the other racers in front of you from behind. The front cover had a female character on it, on a motorbike.
Doesn't sound familiar. There's only so many GameCube games I even played.
There it is. Extreme G3.
That
Yeah, that's
doesn't
it.
sound familiar.
Yeah, this was a fun game.
I mean, if it's like a quick game sort of thing, I could just play something like, you know, Mystic Heroes one player for a bit. I can make up space, but it just depends on what games I actually want to play.
Is there do you have a preference for like console that makes it easier to record?
I mean, PS1, PS2, and PS3 I can play regardless because the PlayStation 3 plays basically everything. I've got my Wii to play GameCube games on. Switch is standard.
Oh, you know, I'd play if I were you. I'd play Ratchet and Clank. Used to love those games, but I never had a PS.
I've played the remake sort of one, but I could play Jak and Daxter too. I never played those. They're PS2 games, I think. Yeah, Dave's picked my latest game, which was Demon X Machina, and someone else gets to pick the game after that.
Mario Sunshine.
You know I'm going to hate that game, don't you?
I think you'll love it, honestly, genuinely.
I will not go for 100% completion, though.
You don't have to. The thing about Mario Sunshine is it's such a chill game.
Well, I was trying to go for, you know, like, really high amount of emblems on Sonic. And then the final levels kicked my ass and I just refused to do it.
Well, why would you do that to yourself?
Well,
you're defeating the purpose of...
That was the question I asked myself was, is Sonic Adventure 2 good? Or was it only good because we played the levels we enjoy and we did chows?
Yeah, definitely. I think you defeat the purpose of playing quick, easy games if you end up trying to also do completionist runs on them. That's just... Well,
if it didn't have... You need to get all A ranks in every single thing, then I probably would try.
Oh, God, fuck that. I never did that on...
I was given Mass Effect free on the PlayStation Store. So I have 1, 2, and 3 collection of Mass Effect. That is the only shooter game I own. Yeah. I think Red Knight asked me to play that. I will get to it, but I haven't had a chance to get to it yet. Because it's not long either. Mass Effect's only, what, 8 hours? The first one?
What, Mass Effect were a long, like, story?
The story spans all 3 games, but each game's not long.
Oh, you know what you might like? Dragon Age.
Oh no, Mass Effect 1 is 17 hours. Dragon Age?
Thought it was... Yeah, Dragon Age.
What console is it for? I don't have an Xbox.
I can't remember.
I mean, I could probably borrow Nat's, but I don't currently have one.
It might be on Steam, I'm not sure. It might be cross-platform, I can't remember.
Actually, Mass Effect might be a good shout. I've never really played a shooter game. 17 hours, that'd be 30 eps. It's a bit overshadowing Pokemon, but... Could. Yeah, because I've got every single, like, PlayStation Store game as well. And there's tons of stuff that they give. So it's not a game I want to spam. It'd be a game that I just want to take my time with. Because I suppose, since it transfers the data from the first one to the second one, you want to take your time to transfer the most data over. I don't have any mechanicals in my graveyard, do I? Let's get a mechanical in my graveyard. I do have a GameCube, but I play all the GameCube games on a Wii because it's easy to record. As the game, I don't have the correct GameCube cable, so all the games would come out wrong. But I certainly can play them all, yes. Resident Evil? That's a type of game I've never really played either.
Yeah, but thought about doing one at Yu-Gi-Oh games.
I have Capsule Monsters and Duelist of the Roses on top of the sheet. 15 hours long. I haven't got a chance to get to them yet, though. I probably should, though. They do look interesting. I did buy a second special edition of Fire Emblem 3 Hopes today as well, because it was cheap.
Which one's 3 Hopes?
It's the sequel to Three Houses, but it's a Muso game.
Oh, yeah, I don't think I got it. Are we expecting a Fire Emblem announcement this year?
From what my Emblem tubers have stated, it's probably going to be a remake, though. Because remakes are easier, and they seem to do standard game remake, standard game remake. But then the question is, what remake would they make? And I think they're saying Genealogy is the best one to remake.
Yeah, but the thing I thought the problem with the remakes that they were running into was the remakes aren't. So basically, Fire Emblem from Awakening onwards was much more. I don't even know how to explain it. It was much more. I really don't know how to explain it, but basically, Awakening style games from 2010 onwards were vastly different from the franchise up to that point.
Yeah.
So remakes of those would almost jar with the current player base. Like you could say they actually wouldn't sell because you almost.
They'll add additional modes probably.
Yeah, but is it a remake then? You kind of like bastardizing people's.
Wasn't Shadow Dragon the same? And Alm's game. I think they added non-permadeath in that game, and I think it was fine.
Yeah, but the thing is, those were quite faithful remakes.
If you look at it in a random way, they are technically re-releasing Path of Radiance and Radiant Dawn on the Switch 2 store. Which is the only reason I got a Switch 2.
actually.
But then the problem is, buying Path of Radiance is 250 quid, but I've just spent like double that to be able to play it instead of buying the actual game.
Yeah, like basically, there's like one of the controversies in Fire Emblem fan base right now is essentially split into two from Awakening onwards.
I know the dating sim era, yeah.
Yeah, like it made it way more popular as a franchise overall, but it also stopped being like a more of a down.
I get that, but I've also I don't like permadeath. I get why people would play without it if there's an option. It's like to get the most interaction out of the game, like to see more of the game and the interaction between the characters you like. Not killing them is great. Which is why I think Ike's game you can save in the middle of battle and go back to those saves, but only limited amount per map. I think that was fine.
Problem I have with permadeath, and I didn't have a problem with it until I can't remember what game it was.
Well, originally permadeath was so prevalent in Fire Emblem. They used to give you like 60 units per game, even if they weren't, you know, like fleshed out, because your units will die that often. You need extra units.
The problem
Characters
I
are
had
more
with
characters now than they were back then.
I watched a really cool Fire Emblem video on it where they were on about like design mechanics, and they were on about the problem with
I'll let you get some thoughts in a second, because like Firewalls just said then, I don't play horror games. I never really have. I really should, because I could play like Resident Evil or Silent Hill. They're a sequel of games, I could play those. It's partially because I think it's original Silent Hill is vastly expensive. Yeah, it's crazy. It's also vastly expensive because the remake took the fog out and then the game looked like ass.
I don't like horror games.
No,
I've
never been good at them. Like, it was all about like resource management and stuff, like, but I've never really did good with that.
I can't even go in caves in games.
How do people like the Silent Hill? Silent Hill remake was garbage. Like, a person I work with is like a massive fan of it, and she hates it. Oh no, Heart of the Blue Eyes tribute to my kaiju. Here, have another one. Filthy scrub. I don't really want to summon Nini, but I kind of have to. No. I'm just going to whack this kaiju like this. I mean, the Resi remakes, they've made quite a lot of those recently. So they may be quite, you know, nice to have. I don't have to play them on the hardest difficulty. I could just have a go. Okay, I'll make that. When's Halloween this year?
Same as every year.
Yeah, what month's it in? I never really care.
Are you serious?
Honestly, it's just another day.
It's like the 30th of October. That's so funny. You don't know Halloween.
I don't
Like
know,
not
would
knowing
I?
Christmas.
Well, I only know that because it's your birthday.
I'm glad I am the reference point.
And it's like 4 days after my birthday.
In your life.
Yeah, Christmas is 4 days after my birthday and is literally your birthday. I can't forget that. I can't even remember my mum or dad's birthday either.
You know, I actually always forget that it's my birthday.
That's why Facebook's good. It messages me telling me when it's people's birthdays.
Like, because it is so ingrained to me, I literally just don't even think of having a birthday.
Yeah, it's just another day.
I just think of my birth. I just think of that day as Christmas. It has become like I look for Christmas. I don't look for my birthday, because on that day it's never focused on me. I'm looking forward to like Christmas with the whole family. Like, it's not my day.
Totally understandable. Like, I could play one of the Resi games as, you know, my Halloween game this year. Let's type it in. Halloween 2025. It is the Friday the 31st of October, you're right.
What?
So that is 2 weeks after Pokemon releases.
You know, I thought Halloween would be in May this year.
Honestly, it could have been for all I know.
Oh, funny.
It is literally just another day for me. Or when we get Halloween stock at work.
Did you ever play Mystery Dungeon?
I played the original Game Boy, not Game Boy, DS ones. I want to play the Switch one, but its price has not gone down since it first came out. It's still 60 quid now. If I can get it cheaper on eBay, I probably would.
Mystery Dungeon is like a
It's an endless
nostalgic, popular game that people always go on about. You could play one of them. I don't know how long they are.
Very.
Oh.
Well, they're basically endless because there is no actual end. Unless you want to play just the story. I'd have to get a ROM though, unless I wanted to play the Switch one. That's what I drew. It's just going to negate anything I play, so I can't really do anything. I don't just have one PS1 firewall, I have 4 of them. But yes I do. I play, that's what I played Jade Cocoon on. Well, I played it on my PS3, technically. My PlayStation 3 plays PS1 games. It's partially just like how my life is. I just like they're not even holidays for me. They're just standard days. Like I was going to play Medieval as one of my Halloween games, but I think Resident Evil will be better. Or do you have any of them Exod cards left? Ooh, Dead Space. That's a good show.
That's a scary game.
How expensive is Dead? What am I playing on PS5? Let me load up an eBay tab, and I will find out how expensive Dead Space is.
I can't remember what console, but I know it's scary, and I think it's co-op.
It is 15 quid. You know what? I can deal with that. That is a good shot by Wall. Let me write that down. Dead Space. I can use that as a that's a good game. And the remake's actually apparently better because it gives the main character voice acting this time, which apparently elevates the story more. Yeah, it does have really janky co-op, but I won't be doing that. It'll be fine. Yeah, I've not heard good things about Dead Space 2 or 3. So I'll just play the PS5 remake of Dead Space 1 then. I think we've almost finished Power World as well, so I need to pick a group game to play after that. We'll see. Dead Space Remake. PS5. Which means I'd need to record that before Halloween to be released on Halloween. But then I've got Pokemon to play. I'll see. I'll get there.
Did you ever play Age of Empires?
No. I was a Total War person, not Age of Empires.
You might like Age of Empires.
I played Supreme Commander and Total War. Those were my two. I mean, I'll give Dead Space a go. I've never played anything like it. I'll put it on my list straight after this. Yeah, this will be my last game, which is probably me losing to Exodia. Which is acceptable, I suppose. I've only...
Stopped being able to think about an hour ago.
Yeah, I get that. I'll just have a nice chill recording of Spyro tomorrow.
Got Champions League later.
Oh, yeah?
PSG versus Inter
Steady.
in the final.
You don't put any bets on, do you? Everybody at work does for me. Well, everybody at my work does.
I feel like
It's fine. We gamble
like
enough in
that's
Yu-Gi-Oh!
something-
You don't have to.
I feel like that's just something I'm going to be bad at. And yeah, I don't know. Like I never got into lottery because I always thought.
No, we just got into Yu-Gi-Oh! The
Like,
vastly more
yeah.
expensive hobby.
Yeah, like I'm just too much of a pessimist. Like, what are the odds I ever win? Like, come on, I've never won a raffle. I don't think.
Alright then, I'm going to get off as soon as I get hit with this Exodia piece, so I'll chat to you guys later.
See you later, laddies.
Of course, good sir. I'll do some Nuzlocke next week then, Pokemon, yeah?
Aye.
Be nice and steady.
See ya.
See you later. I'll see you later on Firewall. If you do have any more random story stuff, send them to me and we'll get those sorted. See you later, my good sir. Goodbye.